the sweetest jumper you'd ever want to see. 20 points per game. Kills it beyond the three. A first-time All-Star. 34 points in a quarter. The one and only Klay Thompson. Steve Kerr had to ask an all-star, an all-defensive player to run that second unit, to be part of the finishing lineup, to be the guy on offense and defense. And oh, by the way, shut down Harden and LeBron. The Finals MVP, Andre Iguodala. All-Star vote-getter, the three-point champion, a starter on the All-Star team, the MVP of the league's most unguardable player, and the baby-faced assassin. Bring that title trophy up here, Stephen Curry. And we waited for 40 years. There's 6 people that work for the Warriors that have been around for more than 20 of them. 3 of them wear headsets. You want to know the happiest people are? It's us. We have felt your pain and your frustration, and we are sharing your joy. And this guy provided the soundtrack to that incredible playoff run. You know him as the voice of the Warriors, Tim Roy. How cool is this, huh? This is awesome. We've been together on many nights, some we don't want to talk about, but those days are gone. And every night that I've had a chance to bring you Golden State Warriors basketball has been a great night for me, because I knew that I had a passionate, loyal fan base that loves the Warriors and the NBA, and you guys make it so easy. You guys are the best. So before I give the introductions that I gotta do, I gotta hear it at least one more time. Can we get a Warriors? Warriors! That's a sweet sound. I love that sound. A lot of times when we talk about the Golden State Warriors, we talk about, quite rightly so, the basketball squad, the coaching staff. There are people, though, that have helped make this happen, that have put the people in place to make this work. I was so happy when Rick Welts joined the Golden State Warriors. He was a guy that had plenty of experience in the NBA. Of course, he was at the Phoenix Suns before he came to Golden State, but before that, 17 years in the league office. The All-Star Weekend was his idea. He helped launch the Dream Team, the WNBA, and he's a guy that knows what to do to make an organization a world-class organization. So please join me right now in welcoming the president and COO of the Golden State Warriors, Rick Welts.
Ricky! So Warrior fans, doesn't this beat sitting around all day waiting for that scheduled Game 7 at Oracle tonight? Now, we're here today in this amazing setting in Oakland to celebrate a championship, but there are a few thank yous I need to make. First, I want to thank our Warriors staff, to those 160 unbelievable people who come to work each day committed to making the experience of being a Warriors fan the best it can possibly be. Thank you. Thanks to the JPA, the Joint Powers Authority, that governs Oracle Arena for the city and county, and thanks to AEG that manages the arena. How many of you have been to Oracle Arena for Warriors game?
Yo, me!
Right?
Yeah, I have! Oh, right here!
To every employee at Oracle Arena, thank you for treating each fan as if they were a guest in your own home. Have you ever seen so many smiles from so many people while they're at work? You are awesome. Thank you. Now, I've been blessed to work in the NBA for a really long time, like since I was 16. Like everybody else in the NBA, I watched the Warriors from afar, and I always thought, what if? If only we could have this team in the hands of owners and management, the sky was the limit. Why couldn't we stand toe-to-toe with any franchise, not only in the NBA, but in sports? Look at where we live. Look at the companies here who are changing the world. And look at these amazing fans. Who could have more? If only. I like telling a story about my first interview with Joe Lacob and Peter Guber. I think it lasted about 4 hours before I realized, you know, I have never been through a 4-hour experience with anybody when they didn't use the word good. They only used the word great. I remember thinking at that moment, if fans could choose owners, these are the guys they would pick. They care about what you care about, what fans care about. They want to win, and they want to do it in the right way and in a way that can be sustained. I couldn't wait to get to work helping to create that organization. Today, I know them a lot better, but those first impressions were dead on. And on behalf of everybody on this stage and everybody gathered here today, I want you to say thank you to Joe Lacob and Peter Guber. Finally, for somebody who spent their whole life in the NBA, I think I'm qualified to say that this is the most impressive group of professional athletes and coaches that I have ever had the privilege of working around. To a man, they exhibit amazing character and represent the Bay Area in a way in which we all can take great pride. And we do. You are true champions. Thank you. Go Warriors.
Thank you, Rick. As Rick said, when you meet Joe Lacob, what you're immediately struck with is the positive attitude and the words that come out of his mouth. They're not about, well, let's be good. It's about, let's be great. And when Joe Lacob and Peter Guber and the ownership group took over this franchise in 2010, that transformation started immediately. And you saw it with all the great hires on the basketball side. You're talking about Jerry West, Bob Myers, Steve Kerr. I can go on and on. And Joe Lacob had a vision for this franchise. Bob has already told you about the fact that we are the best sports team ever in terms of business and marketing, or right now the best sports team of any of the pro sports. And that goes hand in hand with what goes on the basketball side. But it was Joe Lacob's vision that got us to this day, and the moves that he made to put the right people in place, get the right roster in place, to have the Warriors called NBA champions. Welcome the co-executive chairman and the CEO of the Golden State Warriors, Joe Lacob.
This is so boring.
We did it. We did it. NBA champions. You know, they say life is about experiences. And I'm not sure that many people can say that they've been booed by 20,000 people and cheered by 1 million people all in a period of 3 years. That's an experience. Now for me, this all started about 50 years ago, so I'm pretty old. And I saw my first hardwood court, saw a basketball game. I listened to NBA games on transistor radios in my bed. And I remember, though I was a good student, my parents got called one day to take me to school because they said, hey, he's a really good student, but he's off daydreaming all the time. When we call on him, he's not there.
So boring.
Why?
And the truth is, I was
give a shit what this
daydreaming
guy
in
has to
class.
say. I don't know who the fuck
And I remember
that
years
is.
of pacing around, speaking to myself.
This is so boring.
still do
How
it.
long do I have to do this for?
And I played out my dreams of championships.
Pull up to stuff and he's playing. I want to see the players.
Well, dreams can come
12
true.
o'clock, we're leaving.
Can you periscope this event?
In achieving dreams,
No, I
one
have
needs
no
goals.
service.
4 years, 7 months, and 1 day from the first day we had a game at the Coliseum under his ownership group, we won a championship. And that night, November 15th, 2010, I don't know if it was me or Peter, whoever, but we pointed to the lonely banner up in the rafters of Oracle, and we said, we need another one. And we have delivered another one, and it will be put up in that banner. And I'm very proud to be a part of it, along with all of us.
Way to go, Warriors.
And I emphasize the word we, because the truth of the matter is, Peter and I really only did a couple things. We bought the team, we just set some high, lofty goals and made some big promises. Fortunately, we delivered on those. And we picked some people. Right back here, all the employees of this organization, the owners, the co-owners of this team, the basketball operations staff from Bob Myers and Kirk and Travis, Jerry West,
Pick is the same.
who came on as an advisor on our board of directors and advised us. These are the guys, these are the people, and the players, of course,
Jerry
that
West
made it all
was
happen.
The former Lakers executive who drafted Kobe Bryant.
Today is all about the people. It's all about the people. Players, coaches, basketball and business management, our supportive families, and our biggest partner out here, you guys, our fans, our greatest asset. You have been fantastic. And give yourself a great round of applause because you deserve it. You are the greatest fans in the world. Other people say it, but you are. We have had a relentless pursuit of excellence in this organization. Relentless. For those 4 years and 7 months and 1 day. We had a goal. We wanted to be world champions. And today, we are world champions. I have to say, just quickly, a couple of little things because they have to be named. Steph Curry. It all started with Steph Curry and David Lee. They were the two guys that were here in 2010, nobody else. These guys are not only great players, I can tell you from dealing with them every day, they are incredible people. They have the highest character. They truly should be saluted. They are tremendous sports icons and great people. Klay Thompson, our other splash brother and an all-star. Right. I don't know if his dog's here today, he'd be happier. Andrew Bogut. I took a lot of heat for you, Andrew. Our great draft class, maybe the greatest ever. 3 guys that competed in the finals, made it all happen in 1 year. We drafted them. Harrison Barnes, Festus Ezeli, and Draymond Money Green.
Yeah, Draymond, let's go.
Now that's a draft class. Bob Myers never worked harder in his life, I can assure you, than the time he had to go out and try to get Andre Iguodala, who said he wanted to come and be a Warrior. But we were way over the cap, and he was on the phone for, I don't know, 7 to 10 days, all day long, somehow cleared $24 million in cap space, traded 4 draft choices, $3 million of Peter's cash. Oh, was it ours? That was an incredible job. Andre Iguodala, look what he contributed. He was worth it.
Oh my God, that's so
Okay, I can't mention everybody because we'll go on all day, although I'd love to, but certainly I've got to mention Sean Livingston. We brought him on last summer. This guy's been through hell, and he's got a championship now.
Let's go, Sean!
Leandro, huge role in the finals, and Mo buckets. These guys all year long, these guys contributed. I'm sorry if I don't mention everybody, but incredible job by our great players. Love them all. Steve Kerr and his staff are awesome. Come on. Steve never wants the credit, but you know what? there isn't a better coach in the world of basketball than Steve Kerr, and I can say that after 1 year. And his staff, incredible. I'd go through them all, but it'd take a little time. Ron Adams, Alvin Gentry. Alvin, I can't believe you're leaving. Not good. We're gonna have to fight them next year. Bob Myers, Executive of the Year. Come on, stand up, Bob. Bob. I mean, I gotta give Kurt, Peter, all of us involved in that hire, unbelievable. This guy's incredible. It's all about the people you bring on, and Bob Myers has done it. He is a superstar. Jerry West is not here today, but he had an invaluable contribution that he played in all of this. He was an advisor to all of us. He has 50 years plus of experience in this league, and every part of it you can imagine. Jerry West deserves so much of the credit. The logo, Rick Welts and his great staff. You saw him a minute ago, but you guys don't understand. That's what really makes it go. Oracle, is it a good experience when you come to a Warriors game? That's Rick Welts. That's his staff. Too many to mention. Incredible. Sports Business Team of the Year last year. My partner, Peter Guber, and all my other partners, but Peter in particular, incredible contributions. Unbelievable work ethic. He's got my back and really did have to have my back. Peter, thank you for being my partner. I have to mention one other person, and that's Nicole, my fiance. Not only is she the best dressed at those games, but she put up with it 5 years, 365, 24/7, the insanity that is the organization here. Nicole?
She's a fact.
Love you, honey.
Nicole!
And lastly, our fans, I'll say it again, no question, the best fans in the world. I have one last thing to say, and then I'll be quiet for a long time again. Guys, this was no accident. Nothing about this was an accident. And it will not be an accident when we do it again.
And here all the while we thought Peter Guber was the animated one, you know, so. Joe's mentioned Peter about how important he is to Joe and to our franchise. And when I think of Peter, I think of you guys, because he's always trying to make your experience better. He's the head of Mandalay Entertainment, so he knows about the entertainment business. When you go to Oracle, when you go to our website, when you look at the stuff that is given away at games, Peter Guber is always thinking about these things to try to make you, the best fans in the NBA, a little happier, a little better, a little more fulfilled. One thing I really love about Peter, though, is that he really loves storytelling. And what a great story that we have for you this year with the NBA champions. So please welcome the co-executive chairman and the co-owner of the Golden State Warriors, Peter Guber.
In Hollywood, it's very hard to follow 20 speakers. It's really hard. I woke up this morning knowing I was on to share a few words with you. I couldn't find a sentence to my thoughts. And then getting in the car, I asked the Uber driver to take me to the parade. He exhorted, "How do you get to a parade?" I said suddenly, I had my answer of what I wanted to share. You don't get to a parade in an Uber. You only go to a parade in an Uber. To get to a parade, you have to dream. And all the folks up here in the Warrior organization, every player, coach, all management shared a dream. The dream was to be a championship organization top to bottom that would win the prize. 4+ years ago, we all put a time limit on that dream and made it our goal. How do you get to the parade? You need puddles of perspiration and amply supplied by the superb athletes that led the charge. But fueling the perspiration must be inspiration, which through the astute management of Myers, Kerr, West, and a brilliant basketball ops group, fashioned the strategy and tactics that delivered on that promise with strength in numbers. The team and the floor didn't just fulfill expectations, a process of constant and never-ending improvement. They exceeded them. How do you get to a parade? You build a culture as your business plan. A culture that federates never being an incumbent, always being a challenger, taking the road less traveled. How do you get to a parade like this? You have a great partner, Joe, which you can share openly your fears, and we had plenty, pain, we had plenty, and joy, tons. And work ferociously to build an ownership group who authentically deliver the heart, tongue, feet, and wallet in the same direction, completely authentic. That is the road to the parade. The road to the parade has like life, all journeys of life, cul-de-sacs and punches. But your leaders, Rick Wells, Chip Bowers, Brandon Schneider, and on a could go, they knew that being risk-averse was anathema to the way to the parade. Their constant and never-ending innovation faced all kinds of obstacles baked into the system over years of hearing, no, you can't do that, no, it won't work, no, too risky. The team decided to become dyslexic. They came to see and hear no, and it meant on, and that's what they do. They took the road less traveled to the parade, and that made all the difference. How do you get to a parade? You have fans, folks like all of you, who have toiled in the desert of tears and still believe. You didn't remain passengers in the ride to the parade. You were participants, active in your own rescue. That totally believed in you that you can make a difference in the outcome. And you do, and you did. You get to the parade through and by your hearts. That state-of-the-heart technology is the secret sauce in the magic of making the ride to the parade glorious. And that's what's been glorious. How do you get to the parade when you lose? The Lord knows there was plenty of losing in the beginning and plenty to go around during those years. But you knew as warriors that losing and winning are very, very close together. And in those painful failures lay the seeds of success. You never gave up hope, belief, and commitments. That's how you got to the parade. The parade ends. But that isn't the end of your story. The best is yet to be written and played. Look around and see all who have driven you here and how you made it happen. Enjoy this moment. Suck it in, taste it. It's an elixir that quickly evaporates. But what stays is the knowledge that you all got us to this parade. So celebrate your ride. After this parade, my wife Tara and I are going to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary. So you can see good things last.
Thank you, Peter. Joe outlined a number of the accomplishments of Bob Myers, and so I won't repeat them here. But what I can tell you about Bob Myers is that he is one of you, he's one of us. He's a Bay Area kid. His family still has the ticket stub from his first Warriors game. How about that? So that's right, Holy Toledo. So he's been with you all the way. He's been with you when things weren't so great, and he's one of the major reasons why we're all here, because things are great. Your 2015 NBA Executive of the Year, Warriors General Manager, Bob Myers.
You know what, people ask me what a Warriors fan is like, and the guy got down when he was swinging from a tree over there. That's what a Warriors fan is like. I don't know, maybe he'll get back up. We met this morning as a front office. We meet all the time about the decisions we have to make. And we were having a hard time figuring this one out. It's something we got to decide pretty soon. And I was wondering if you guys could help us. We got to figure out if we're going to bring Draymond Green back to the team. I don't know. We keep him? We shouldn't keep him? Let him go? He'll probably get a chance to speak later. We'll bring him back. Don't worry. Don't worry. If you're worried, don't worry. Tim mentioned my mom. You know, I don't know if my mom's one of those people that keeps everything. So she called me a couple years ago and she said, she's sitting out here. She said, I got something for you at the house. And I said, what is it? She said, it's something when you were a kid. And I said, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want it. And she said, no, you might want this. And I said, all right. So I went over there and I brought my two daughters and my wife, and we were leaving, and she said, you forgot what I was going to show you. And I said, all right, what is it, Mom? And she handed me 3 ticket stubs. And this is one of them right here. And it says Friday, January 15th, 1982, Upper Deck of the Warriors, $7 ticket, right here. So I keep it in my wallet to remind myself. Yeah, $7 tickets, Joe, Peter? They guaranteed it. If we do that, Draymond can't come back, so that's the price you pay. But anyways, it goes to show you that for those of you that are sitting in the upper deck at the Oracle Arena, maybe one day you'll be sitting up here. So it's a pretty cool feeling. I'm blessed to work with the people I get to work with. Joe and Peter and Rick, and Joe and Peter specifically took a chance on me 4 years ago. I'm a Warriors through and through. I grew up here, and but I didn't have any basketball experience, and they took a gamble, and for that I'll be forever indebted to them, and I'm truly appreciative of that, to both of them. I get to work with wonderful people every day, Rick Welch, Jerry West, Kirk Lacob, Travis Schlenk. I could go on and on, and it's a tremendous joy. One of my favorite quotes from John Wooden is, "It's amazing what you can accomplish when no one cares who gets the credit." And that to me embodies our 2014-15 team this year. They, those are just words, but their actions showed it. If you're around these guys, you know how much they care about each other, how much they mean to each other. And for those guys, for you guys, this is a bond you'll have for the rest of your life as you move forward. So enjoy it and appreciate it.
That hurts.
And to the people that support the team, our families, you probably don't see it, but we spend a lot of time away from our families, our wives, our kids, our parents, and they deserve a special thanks as well, because professional sports is tough. But as you got to know Lil Riley Curry and his family, he does a pretty good job bringing her wherever he goes. But otherwise, we miss our family and wives. And then lastly, to the coaching staff and Coach Kerr.
We love you.
She might have a speech later, I don't know. But lastly, I want to thank Steve and the coaching staff for what they did for our organization this year. There was some moments we were down 2-1 to Memphis, and I remember sitting on the practice court with Steve, and I said, "What do you think?" And he said, "We'll be fine." And I said, "You sure?" And he said, "Yeah, we got it." And they did. And then we're down 2-1 in Cleveland, and I looked at him and I said, "We're gonna be all right?" He said, "I think so. I gotta talk to Nick Uren, but I think we'll get it figured out." But in any event, on a serious note, to work with this coaching staff, with Steve leading them, is a privilege and a pleasure for me each day. So thank you to them, and thank you to you guys. It's unbelievable to sit up here and look out there. If I wasn't up here, I'd be out there. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Bob. As Bob mentioned, the coaching staff of the Warriors hired Steve Kerr. I knew we were getting a guy that was a 5-time champion as a player. Well, he's no longer a 5-time champion, is he? He's now 6. But he came in with his talented roster, took it, tried to make it an elite team, and this team got it quickly. Out to a 21-2 start. Ended up with 67 wins, franchise record. They improved by 16 wins after a 51-win season the year before. No team in NBA history that had won 51 year has improved as much as this year's team did. They had that's right, they had the 8th best point differential of all time, 10.1. It's an historical season, one of the best in NBA history. But all the numbers and the fact that the Warriors are here with the Larry O'Brien Trophy, and Larry, you have a new address. The things that I love about Steve Kerr is the fact that he is a great people person. He's a humble guy. He's an unselfish guy. And he's the coach of your championship Warriors. Please welcome Steve Kerr.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. So about a year ago, I got this job, and thank you, Joe and Peter and Bob, for the opportunity. But I took a look at the roster, And I thought, man, I got a big job on my hands. Not much talent, very little shooting, not much versatility. The defense was suspect. More than anything, just shaky character. I mean, look at these guys. And I thought, you know, we got a lot of work. And I thought somehow in 9 months, I've got to teach Steph and Clay how to shoot baskets from really far away. Teach Bogut how to be the best defensive center in the league. Teach Harrison and Sean and all these guys we have on the wings to guard 5 different positions and handle the ball and shoot. I had to somehow teach Draymond in 9 months to become emotional and passionate and confident, and to talk trash to the other team and to the opponents, the fans, his mom, to his coaching staff, and to be a general pain in the butt to everybody in the arena. Sorry, that I got a little carried away there. Sorry, Draymond. Somehow I had to teach Andre how to dribble, pass, shoot, rebound, defend LeBron James, and be as gritty a competitor in a final series as there's ever been. And I had to teach all these guys to be really unselfish and caring and giving of each other, not only to their team and their organization, but to a community. I had to teach them how to get out in schools and charitable organizations and be generous with their time and their money, and create a culture here and a brand that has become the most popular in the entire NBA.
After your
Everywhere
today,
I go, all I hear is
you're so rude to me today.
how incredible these guys are to watch, how explosive and exciting they are.
Carlos, people are walking behind
Just
you.
how
and this group
cool
of
they
people,
are,
you can't
how
walk
they
that
handle
fast.
themselves
I don't know how
publicly
many times I need to
in
go over that same
interviews.
thing with you.
So
Was too fast?
in 9 months,
When no one's
I
walking
did all
behind
that.
you,
So
they can't even
thanks.
see you. You're going too fast. But just stop being so selfish. Think of other people that are there.
You get mad?
Yes,
Like I said, humble.
you're
Right
punished
down the
tonight. I'm not
core.
doing anything for you.
No, DJ?
No.
Players got to come up in just a moment, but before they do, we want you to check out your screens. Let's all be reminded why they gave us so many thrills in this year, the greatest season in Warriors franchise
Don't
history.
You do a thing.
Iguodala puts up the three. Slams it down. Iguodala. Bounce that back to Draymond. Down Broadway. Another call for Draymond. Down the lane. Scoop to the hoop. Off the glass. And good for Steph Curry. Here into the bars. Goes up and gets hammered and down. Curry for three. Puts it in. Stephen Curry from downtown.
And the dream season is now complete. The Golden State Warriors are the 2015 NBA champions. And how sweet it must be for those crazy loyal Bay Area fans.
All right, you guys all got to see what we deal with. Steve Kerr's just a big liar. That's all. He's starting lineups, taking credit. Man, you got to deal with him. One guy we get to deal with, Alvin Adels, who mentioned 50 years. Got to bring up my partner. 30 years, the Book of Barnett. No one's broken down Warrior basketball better than Jim Barnett.
Thank you, Bob. I love you, but I love them better. Those young men.
Well,
They don't know it, but they're like my sons. I just feel that kind of kinship. You guys are the greatest.
Jim said he wasn't going to get emotional. He said he was only inviting a few people. 1 million of you showed up. It's been great. So let's hear from these players. Now, we're warning you, this is the PG-13 portion of the program. Because when we get to Draymond, I have no responsibility for this. I just want that on the public record. And 2 guys over there yelled, they said they'd take Bob's $7 ticket and exchange it for a beer if they could do that at Oracle. So they're on that too. So the crowd's ready. So let's start with the man you call the senator
the 23-year-old. Tell me about Harrison Barnes.
Well, this young man, 3 years in the league, gets better every year. He's going to be an all-star. The sky's the limit for him. I call him the senator because he carries himself with such dignity. There's a little difference. There's no BS about him. He may be a senator someday, but right now he's a terrific basketball player, and that's Harrison Barnes.
The only Warrior playing all 103 games, Harrison Barnes.
Wow, that was quite an intro, JB. Man, I just want to thank everyone who came out today. Y'all showed so much love. Over 1 million people out here. I know we say you guys are the best fans in the NBA, but your support all season. How you guys came out here today in droves, screaming, yelling, on trees, hanging out of buildings. I mean, it's unreal. And you know, I know when I very first got drafted here, I knew we had something special. The ownership group, Joe and Peter, just the example that they set. Bob Myers, who's a close friend of mine, took a chance on me, drafted me. To Coach Kerr and his staff coming in this year, changing up things, how we do things, and my teammates. I mean, I love you guys like brothers, and we've had some ups and downs, and to be able to finish off this great season this way, win streak, 67 wins, be able to finish it off with this trophy. There's nothing more special than that, because there's nothing guaranteed in this league.
Nothing.
Teammates change, teams change, injuries happen, but to be able to win this championship with this group of guys right here, there's nothing more special to me than that.
Let's go, HB.
So I just want to thank everyone for coming out here today, especially here in the town of Oakland, where I live and I love.
Let's go, HB.
And everybody continue to support us. Thank you.
Give it up for Harrison Barnes. All right, Jimmy, for years, the Warriors didn't have a big man. They couldn't defend the rim. They couldn't find someone to set screens, grab rebounds, an elite passer. Tell me about Andrew Bogut.
Well, if you're an NBA player, you love to have Andrew Bogut on your team. If he's not on your team, you don't like to have Andrew Bogut as an opponent, because every player loves someone who's going to protect the rim. He's going to get your back. He's big, he's strong, he's tough. He gets under the skin of the opponent, but he's your friend, he's your buddy, and he doesn't like to shoot the ball. So it's fun to play with him because you get all the shots that he doesn't want to take. And I'm telling you right now, he's made this team. He's the best rim defender in the league, bar none. He's a very selfless player, and I'll tell you what, he's got an incredibly high basketball IQ, a terrific passer. You run the offense through him, he can do so many things. Besides that, he's a fun guy to be around.
It only took a championship to get him to shave and get a haircut. The Angry Aussie, Andrew Bogut.
I don't know how much I can improve on Harrison Barnes. I was like a school project, his speech. But so thank all y'all for coming out. Me and Festus and his 50 family members were on one bus. We saw all kinds of crazy stuff. I saw a guy hanging off a traffic pole. I saw a guy in a tree. We appreciate all y'all. I mean, the Oracle Arena was the best home court around the league. And I came from Milwaukee, so believe me, it's pretty good. And it's nice to see the sun out, by the way. Unbelievable experience, I think, being a part of this group. The selflessness that we had, unselfishness of guys giving up minutes, giving up touches. You know, everyone on this roster had a turning point in the season that they had to battle through, and I couldn't be happier. 15, 20 years down the track, I'll look all these guys up and have a beer with them when I'm in the States, and it'll be a great day. Thank you.
All right, Jimmy, this is right in your wheelhouse. We're talking off guards here. You are a great scorer. We've seen some amazing shooters. We completely lost all professionalism when this guy had 34 points in a quarter.
37.
Well, 37. See, I lost all my professionalism. 37 points in a quarter, the NBA record.
Right.
6'7", beautiful jump shot, tremendous defender. Tell me about Klay Thompson.
Well, Klay's got one of the most beautiful jump shots you'd ever have in the league. And the height that he has on it, he does not even get deterred. The defender's right in his face. He doesn't even see him. He has such focus and concentration. He's becoming a much better ball handler. He went to the free throw line a lot this year. He's developing his game. And I love what his father said today, because his dad has 2 championship rings. But he's more happy because to see his son get a championship ring. And Klay Thompson doesn't say a lot, so when he says something, it means a lot. Klay, I'm going to tell you right now, personally, I love that hug you gave me in Cleveland the other night. It was the best thing that happened to me that night. Terrific. And Klay Thompson is an all-star and one of the greatest shooters I've ever seen.
Well, his dad kept telling him, let me tell you about the parades. Let me tell you about the parades. Klay said, I got it. I got my own parade now. Half the Splash Brothers, the all-star, Klay Thompson.
Man, what a feeling. I used to live in that building over there, so to see the lake like this, man, it's crazy. It's beautiful. And what a journey it's been for everybody in this organization, everybody in the Bay Area. I think back when I first got here, man, it's the first time I've been on a team with someone who shoots it better than me. So it's fun playing with Steph, man. I wanted to hate the guy, but you just can't not like him, man. Just way too nice, you know. So I mean, we go way back, you know. Individually, everybody on this team, man, it's crazy. And to see us do it up here and in Santa Cruz, see it all come together is beautiful. And I want to thank my family, of course, my brothers. Without them, I wouldn't be the player I am, playing against them every day, one-on-one. My father, obviously. You know, I got the shooting ability from my mother, so I want to thank her. And man, this is just the beginning, Warrior fans. You know, I appreciate everybody out here. You know. Appreciate everybody out here. You know, I know it's hot, sweaty, a lot of people, and we really appreciate you sticking through it. You know, we've been here since 2 a.m. and just want to say thank you. You know, it's been a long time coming. Thank you.
Klay's taking a selfie with the trophy.
I like that. I
It's
like
definitely
that.
2015.
His personality has branched out since the championship run.
All right, so you're going to play a 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" center. He's going to guard everybody from Zach Randolph to James Harden. Saw him switched out on Tony Parker during the season. Tell me about Draymond Green.
Draymond Green. I love to talk about him. I love to watch him play. He's a throwback. He plays like we played, like Rick Barry, Nate Thurman, Alvin Adels. Almost the same amount of money, not quite. But that'll change quickly. But he plays like he didn't have a guaranteed contract. He comes and battles every night. Now, he may get outplayed once in a while. He'll never get outworked. He averaged, in the 21 playoff games, 14 points and over 10 rebounds, a double-double. He competes each and every night. If he points a finger, he's going to point a finger at him first. He's an inspirational leader. They used to think I was a little too emotional. I'm introverted compared to Draymond Green.
My favorite thing with Draymond Green all year, Jim and I are fortunate enough calling the games right on the floor. He comes by Steve Kerr and he says, call a timeout. Steve said, what do you want me to call a timeout for? So I can yell at my teammates to get them to play harder. Draymond Green, the heartbeat of the Warriors. Get on up here.
I can't stand still. Miss me with that mic.
First off, I'm excited to be here. Raymond Ritter tried not to let me talk today. This dude, he just tried not to let me talk because he know I'm going to get controversial. So you can expect that. He's going to get controversial. But just give me 30 minutes. That's all I need, 30 minutes. This is amazing. Whether it's on the bus, in practice, whatever with these guys, everything's fun. Only time's not fun is practice, film, games, bus rides. I'm the only person that get talked about what shots I take and all those things by Steve Kerr. Like, every time I take a shot, he complains. So that's why if you see, every time I make a shot, I look at him. Dude complain every time I take a shot. 24%. We got a ring though. Got that ring though. I'm blessed to be, my rook has 5 championships prior to this one. My rook got 5 championships prior to this one. This is my guy. From the start of training camp, he hated me. That's no lie. He probably still hates me. That's no lie. But we gonna keep winning these championships, and that's no lie. My God.
Hey, you know how they start playing music at the Oscars when it starts to go on a little long and like security comes and grabs the guy? That may happen here in a few minutes. Thanks, so Draymond.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm thankful. Joe, Peter, Bob, Rick, Travis, Kurt, Q-Dog, all y'all, everybody took a chance on me. You know, this chubby, slow, non-athletic guy out of Michigan State. They allowed me to set screens for Steph Curry. They allowed me to set screens for Klay Thompson. And then I look like I could play basketball. I'm cool with that. But, you know, honestly, I can't thank y'all enough for the support. You know, it's been an amazing year. Are these cheers for me or are they for y'all? Stroke my ego a little bit, tell me they're for me. No, but honestly, hey! No, I'm honestly at a loss for words, you know, I don't know. Y'all got me. I'm out.
Anyone else worried when Draymond got close to the stage? There went our starting power forward right over the edge. Bob Myers is reaching, his heart's palpitating. I think the whole tone of this season, Jim, was set in the conversation with Steve Kerr and this next guy. We know you're great. We know you started for 10 years. We know you're terrific defensively, offensively, passing the ball. You're a leader. Can you please let Harrison start and run my whole second unit and help finish games? What a special player Andre Iguodala is.
When you have been a starter your entire career, when you've been an all-star, as David Lee has been, as Andre Iguodala, and your new head coach comes to you and says, we'd like you to sacrifice. It takes a great deal of mental and psychological maturity to understand and see the big picture. But that's the greatness of Steve Kerr, because he's a great communicator. And both David Lee and Andre Iguodala bought into that. So Andre Iguodala did not start a single game. He's a former All-Star. He averaged 20 a game a couple of years, 3 years maybe, in Philadelphia. He knows what the top is like as far as individual recognition. So he did not start the entire year, and all of a sudden, they get into the finals, and in game 4, they say, thanks Nick, by the way, as we all talked about, you're gonna change the series because we're gonna insert you into the lineup, and it's gonna change everything, which it did. And I'm gonna say something about mental toughness, because I thought he was the one player that could match the mental toughness that it takes to win a championship in the finals, and that's what it does take. And he's got great mental toughness, and nobody pushes that ball up the floor better, faster than Andre Iguodala, and he simply changed the series.
And the magic words, as an Arizona guy to another Arizona guy, Steve Kerr said, if you come off the bench, I'll let you play a lot of golf in the season. And that's all Andre needed to hear. The Finals MVP, Andre Iguodala.
Y'all know when y'all go to the family barbecue, and you always got that buzzed uncle that want to tell all the stories about what he used to do and how passionate he is about whatever it is that he do. And I give another round of applause for Draymond Green. What an amazing experience. I canceled my tea time this morning, so it must have been something important for me to cancel a tea time. The best fans in the league, y'all deserve this. Enjoy yourselves, be safe. We about to go hella ham, as y'all would say. We about to get hella turnt. But seriousness, I just want to once again thank God. We got a great team, great guys. We all really appreciate y'all's support. We respect you guys and all the hard work and dedication it takes for you to just to come to the games. But even more than that, support us the way you do all these years. Honestly, it was the 3 years ago playing in the playoff series. I was with the Denver Nuggets, and being in this environment, seeing the way y'all cheer for y'all home team, that's really what brought me here. I appreciate all y'all. We finally did it. Enjoy it. Thanks.
Well, Jim Last.
Have a good night. Suck it easy.
I think for the last guy, we have to help out a guy with some marketing issues. You don't see him on TV very much. There's hardly any products that want to endorse. You don't really know much about him. Can you tell me something about Steph Curry?
You mean the guy that set a new single-season franchise or NBA record of three-pointers made? He made 98 three-pointers in the 21 playoff games. That's an NBA record. He got the most votes in the All-Star game, the starter. He got the most votes, obviously, 100 of them, majority, as an MVP award. There are so many things. There are more things we could talk about. He won the three-point shootout this year. He is a great leader on the court, and he's a great leader off the court, and he leads by example. He's just a terrific young man. He's the face of the franchise, and now with an NBA championship, to me, he's the face of the entire NBA.
Why don't we bring up Riley's dad, Steph Curry.
Layup. I been Steph Curry with the shot, Steph Curry with the shot, Steph Curry with the shot.
Woo! We did it, we did it. I'm gonna be short and sweet because we've been out in the sun. I appreciate it. We've been out in the sun all day and everybody's celebrating. Can't say it enough how important it is and how beautiful it is to see all this blue and yellow in the stands out here supporting us, coming out, feeling the city of Oakland like we should, and celebrating this championship. I'm so excited to be a part of this group. that we talked about all day. Every piece of the puzzle had to come together to make this happen, and we did it. It's been a long journey. This year has been so much fun. I mean, 67 wins is unbelievable, and then be able to cap it off with a championship, that's hard to do, and we should be proud of what we were able to accomplish this year. I mean, I remember 6 years ago when I was drafted, I lived right here on Lake Merritt. I could walk around and not be recognized. Now we're world champs. I'm known as Riley's dad now, which I'm okay with. She's a special little girl, but we got to celebrate this trophy like it's no tomorrow, man. This is an unbelievable experience. We deserve this. This is amazing. But the cool thing about it is we're going to suit up in 3 more months and try to do it again. You want to say it? She wants to say something. Stage fright. But once again, thank you very much. All of Dub Nation, we did it, so let's celebrate. Thank you very much.
All right, let's finish it off. We talk about Rick and Alvin's championship 40 years ago.